Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to DrGreyyGaming. This is going to be a short break from my We Was Greymane series. I just wanted to show you real quick how to stack fish in your inventory. So I've seen a lot of complaints of mine about fish not stacking. Right, and I just wanted to take a quick moment to show you how to stack it. So you see here I got a bunch of fish, none of it's stacked. Let's grab out some of these because I have a lot. We'll take 4. Alright, so in my inventory you see here I have 4 fish. I want to show you one more thing as well. Let's grab some fish fillets. Alright, so as you can see here, we have fish in the inventory right here, and the fish is not stacked. In order to stack it, you will hold either X on PlayStation controller, A on an Xbox controller, or a space bar on mouse. You're gonna hover over the item, the fish. You're gonna hold down one of those keys I've told you. You're gonna press clean. Before I do this, I want you to look at the number of fish fillets I have. You see I have 23. We press clean. And look, this fish gave us 1 fish fillet. So now our 23 fish fillets are 24. These stack, those don't. Now, how many fish fillets you get from each fish will vary each individual fish, right? Because fish have different sizes and weight. So let's do another one just for an example here. Clean. This time we got 2 fish fillets. And now that 24 is 26. These stack, these don't. Let me show you also, if I discard the fish, we look on the ground, the thing is still alive and is flopping around. You see that? So that is part of why they don't stack. It's alive still, which means it's still in water, which means you have a fish tank, and your pockets aren't big enough to put multiple fish tanks in a single pocket. You have enough pockets to carry multiple fish tanks, but they aren't big enough to fit multiple fish tanks each, right? But you can put 50 fish fillets in one pocket, right? That's kind of the logic of it, of how that works. And that's also how you stack fish. You might want to keep some live fish in your inventory, however, because if you come over here to the cooking pot, I went too far. I gotta keep this a tight circle. Right, you come to the cooking pot here, you will notice that some meals, such as this first one, small grilled fish, require a living fish, right? While other meals require a fish fillet. So you do want to have some living fish. You do want to keep some of those in your inventory, but overall, for the most part, the majority of the fish you want, or if you want to stack fish, you will have to clean the fish
you're getting fed
in order to stack the fish as a fillet, right? Because fillets don't need a whole fish tank to hold them. So that's the logic behind it, and that's how you do that. I just wanted to share that with you guys. While I got her pulled up, and maybe I'll edit this into a separate video. I have some gear here, as you've noticed. I could just run through that real quick, and literally quick. This piece you get from a main story quest, finishing chapter 8. So when you get that, this is her starter piece. It might actually be the original colors. I don't know if I dyed that. Oh, I did. It's red in on the character. This is the starter piece she comes with. This you also get at the end of chapter 8 for free. This I found in a dungeon up north, where the same place you get the Staglord shield, the round shield, right here. In that exact same ruins, I found this dueling sword. This was just common, regular loot. The Becker musket, regular ground loot. I upgraded it only to 4. You never need to upgrade with the artifact. Don't do that. Just don't do it. Instead, upgrade your abyss gears, right? And because those transferred to different items and you still have your artifacts. This one I found, I was doing some exploring. Well, I wasn't exploring. I was trying to get to the dye vendor all the way over here, right? And I found the dye vendor up here. But on my way here, right, I mainly stuck to this road at that time. And I was coming in, and there is a bridge. Here we go. Right here, a bridge you cross. And there's a waterfall like right here on the bridge. And you know which waterfalls you could go in and which ones you can't because there's this tower of rocks stacked next to the waterfall if you can go through it. Right? The game tells you that. And that's been there since the start of the game. It shows up here on the map, but it's like right under the bridge, kind of. Right, anyways, so I was just looking around in there, and I found that in there. Um, like I said, this is from a quest, this is from a quest. This shield is not craftable. I found this. You're not gonna believe this, dude. I was over here along the coast. I had just fought, um, there is a boss in these ruins. Not the shipwreck. There's some ruins up high, and there's a boss that spawns this place, Arrowhead Rock. I just fought the boss here, and I was exploring around, and I found this, and then I found this. There's actually, was it this island? I think there's a dragon on this island, right? But I was down here on the shoreline, the actual, like, where the rocks meet the water, and there were some pirates. I'm fighting the pirates, because I remember fighting pirates back over here. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's fight the pirates. Maybe they'll have a little treasure den. So I'm walking around and I find like literally between some rocks in a puddle of water, like the tide had fell back. This shield was just laying there. I picked it up and then I realized, oh shoot, that's for art. Here we go. I think that's what that is. But it wasn't in the chest when I found it. Maybe I broke the chest during the fight, but it was just laying in a puddle of water. So that's where I found that. And then the earrings, these are just random earrings I had collected along my journey. This one I did get from a quest. I gave it to her because I like my stock. My stock attack speed and movement speed. I like that to be 5 at a base level. And then when I equip a weapon, it can go up from there. Lanterns, you can switch lanterns. I'll show you how to do that right now. Just go to your inventory. Just have an alternate lantern, and then select it. It switches. Right? Simple as that. The one I put on her is the scout lantern that we got as a Twitch drop. For those that did that, I can show you how to claim your Twitch drops if you haven't already. Right? So that's where I got that from. And then Clive, I gave him a really nice lantern that I got as a quest reward. But we're not talking about, I said Clive. We're not talking about Cliff right now. This cloak, this is one we just talked about. I found it in the waterfall. Ground loot. I found it as ground loot, but I think it came from a chest that we might have broken in the battle. Kind of ground loot. It was on the ground, but it was hidden in like a secret cavern. This golden vanguard, oh, this weapon is beautiful. I'm gonna show you. I'll show it to you in action, without the ground. Well, I can't turn those off, but I'll distinguish what's the axe versus what is the abyss gears. But this was a boss reward. Sorry, I don't remember which boss. I have like 200 some hours in this game, but it was a boss reward, and I saved it in my inventory. I was gonna give it to Ungka. It's weird because the G is before the K. I was gonna give it to him, but ultimately I decided not to. And when I was building Damien, I came across it. I was like, I wonder if she could wield it, and she could wield it, so I equipped it, and it's really cool. I actually put all my ability gears that aren't on Cliff on this one, and I took them off of the rapier because this axe it's really, really nice. Really nice. I'm going to show you. I don't know what's the axe versus what's just Damien's natural skill. And then this tiara, I looked this up, not this one specifically, but I wanted to give her a headpiece just to complete her look. Right. So I did look up. I had to look up armor sets because nobody did a just headpiece videos or just foot gear, right? So I did look this up, and I found it like that. I had already gone to Varnia, so I was relatively familiar with the area. But it's here in Crimson Desert, and you come over here to the cliff edge, and then there's a giant rock here, and the chest is on a lower level of that rock. If you climb to the top of it or land on the top, you get a free abyss gear. And I'm starting to notice a theme here. Wherever the game gives you a free abyss gear, there's typically a high value item very close by to it. Just FYI, that's just what I've observed so far. So I'm going to revisit this place. I'm going to see if I can find something here, right? Because for most of this, I was pretty much just on the road. I strayed a little bit when I was looking for a fast travel point, which I did not find. But while getting this headpiece down here, where am I? Down here, sorry, I actually found a fast travel point, which is nice. But up until that point, I only had way over here by the gate. And then I found this because it's right on the road. And then I didn't find my next one until I was in Varnia. So I had to full send it that trip. Right. So that's how I have my homegirl built up as. I'll let you look at the Abyss Gears, Damage Reduction 2, Aegis 2, Fortification 3, Gourmet 2, Stamina, Vigor, level 2, 10% chance to mine additional ore. Oh, and you can also mine with her just using the rifle. You don't need to switch to a pickaxe and do all that crap. No, just shoot it with a charge shot with the rifle and you'll collect that ore. So literally that simple. And if you have the dog will pick it up for you. Otherwise, you do gotta climb up or whatever to get it. Right, but damage to mighty foes, thing was called Malice Bane, Destruction 2, and recover resources on kill, because I didn't know what else to put on there and I accidentally unlocked all of the slots. Right. And then I have another Malice Bane here, crit rate 3, and attack 3. But this is the main that I use her with. Again, another Malice Bane, damage to mighty foes. So whatever weapon I have out on accident, it's going to work. Ancient Retribution, that one's really cool. And Ground Surge. Ancient Retribution, I kind of sort of remember where I got that. So I was in Payloon. I was looking for, there is a duo, a card game, where it's 5 cards instead of 2. I forgot the location that was at. So I was trying to find where that city was. And I ended up, this tower, I ended up deciding to just, oh, well, I'm here right now, let's check this out. So I went into there. Let me make sure this is the place I'm thinking of. It should be like right on top of the mountain, and we're off to the side right next to it, despite the map looking like it's far. But I went in here, and you have to get to the bottom, but you have to go up to get to the bottom. Alright, that's taking longer than usual, so we're not going to worry about that anymore. But, yeah. At the bottom of that, the boss you fight, he has this ability that he, like, launches these satellites above you that shoot laser beams down on you. And when you beat him, you get that piece. Yeah, this is the place. Yep. This place here. Spire of Ringing Truth gives you the ability that does this. See those laser beams? Let me zoom out and watch the skies. So that's what that does. What's the other one I have equipped? Right, so that's the Ancient Retribution that I just showed you. Ground Surge. I got that from... I might have got that it might have come with this exact axe. To be honest, that might have been where it come. I had it on here for a minute, so I don't remember. But I believe I got that from the chapter 7 boss, right? Like the Cursed Knight or something like that. And we were over in Calfade, this place, the boss for this place. Calfade Castle, which is a chapter 7 story boss. By the way, chapter 7 was a lot of fun. Was a lot of fun. And that one just looks like there's the lava burst and the explosion from that. It's pretty cool. Now you've noticed when I was doing these attacks, some blue stuff came out. Let me show you again. Watch the blue streaks. That's either the axe or Damien. Let me show you a different one. So RB plus B, it does this. It drains your stamina, but if someone hits you while you do that, or if you hit that while you're being attacked, you will react with like this mega ultra super combo. And it's so clean to watch. It's perfect. And then there's this other one. I can't just trigger it on my own. But it's I think it's on a different order from above, right? This thing here, order from above. And basically when you're fighting an enemy and you finish your combo, right, at your last move, your finisher, it rains down these like yellow bolts of lightning on top of you in addition to everything. So that's pretty good. Slashing reeds, I just put that on there. I haven't been in a situation to use that yet. B after being hit. You know, I dodge a lot of times in this game, and sometimes I get hit before I dodge, so it's just press B after I get hit. I'm automatically doing that. So I'm sure that'll be good. So yeah, my girl is built. You know what I'm saying? She got her shit together. She looking good. And that's my set. And then I did the dyes, of course, some reds, some blues, a bit of teal, though you can't tell from the middle piece. And then I made the musket black, because it kind of looks weird the way that it edits. It looks weird with some of the other colors. And I made no changes to the axe, so it wouldn't let me. I do just want to show you this place. I already did the, if you want to call it a puzzle, I already did that. It's not really a puzzle though. Not for the way this game puzzles, it's not a puzzle. Right, but essentially you're just going to come up here. You go all the way up, and you think you got to take the stairs and all that crap. You don't got to do that. You just do this. You get a bit, work your way up. Right? Just do that, work your way up, just like that, and you get to the top in no time. Or you could take the stairs and jump and ladders and shoot little ropes to drop platforms. You could do all that if you want to. It's your choice. Right? Play the game how you want to play the game. Right? And then from there, this opens up. You drop down here. Then that door opens and the boss comes out. Now, I came down here. I had my whole party with me. They all came down here. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And we had a cutscene, and all my party members were gone, and it was just me by myself. But it was Damien. It didn't switch me back to Cliff, which was cool. So after all that opens, this opens, and this is how you get out. I never came back down to here. I just want to see if I missed something. I'm pretty sure I had searched the room before I left last time. But yeah, anyways, there's a bunch of extra in this video. If you guys stuck around this long and kept watching, thank you. Thank you, you know what I mean? But I did keep all the relevant information for the title, per the title of the video, up front at the beginning. And maybe I'll eventually add chapters to this video. And oh yeah, so this is the top. When you're up here, there's the thing up there that you'll know what to do when you see it. I do want to check up that little balcony since we're here. Alright, we got some crazy delay. And I'm over it though. I couldn't get my wings out because of the delay. But yeah, that's this video.